All right, let's get the garage doors open. Today, we're putting on the coveralls, grabbing our tools, because I'm your garage inspector, and we're about to pop the hood on these brand new, shiny AI desktop agents. They're asking for a whole lot of cash, but do they have the horsepower to back it up? We're about to find out. Okay, so let's just cut right to the chase, right? This is the big one. This is the question that started this whole teardown. We're seeing these price tags, $200 a month for these premium AI services. The question is this a real high-performance upgrade, or are we just paying for a fancy paint job? I just want you to let that number sink in for a second. $200 every single month. You do the math, that's $2,400 a year. For that kind of money, this AI better not just be answering my questions. It should be making my coffee and filing my taxes while I drink it. The stakes are really high here, so our inspection has got to be thorough. So how did we even get to this point? I mean, if you were using AI just a little while ago, you were living inside a browser tab, right? It was simple, sure, but it was also kind of like keeping a supercar stuck in first gear. AI had to break out of that to really show us what it could do. And this right here, this is exactly why that whole browser setup had a dead end. Your AI was basically trapped in this digital cage. It couldn't see your files, it couldn't click buttons for you. And the worst part? The second you close that tab, poof, total amnesia. If AI was ever going to become a true co-pilot, it had to escape the browser and get a key to the entire machine. And you know what? That escape happened fast. I mean, look at this timeline. It was a full-on jailbreak. In less than a single year, all the big players rolled out desktop versions, every single one promising more power, more access. This wasn't just some little update. This was a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI. Okay, so before we start comparing these pricey subscriptions, we have to get one thing straight. We are looking at two totally different types of engines here. You know, you wouldn't use a top fuel dragster to go mudding. It's the same thing with these AI agents. You absolutely have to know the difference between what we're calling a research agent and an OS-level agent. So, first up is the research agent. I want you to think of this as the world's greatest librarian. Seriously, it doesn't just find information for you. It reads everything, it cross-references all the facts, and then it hands you this perfectly written, cited summary, all in a matter of seconds. Its whole universe is the web, and its job is to bring you the absolute best of it. And then you've got this beast, the OS-level agent. This is not a librarian. This is more like a personal assistant and a valet rolled into one. It has the keys to your entire system, your operating system. It can click things for you, type, move files around, launch applications. It actually does things in your digital world. It doesn't just find information about it. This little side-by-side really makes the difference pop, doesn't it? A research agent gives you sourced web-based answers. An OS-level agent can actually go in and manage your files and automate your workflow. They are built for completely different jobs, and I'm telling you, understanding this difference is the absolute key to not getting ripped off. All right, time for the main event. Let's get these $200 contenders up on the lift, get the wheels off, and see what they're really made of. And we're going to start with the biggest name in the business. So, first into the bay is ChatGPT Pro. Now, the sales pitch here is pretty straightforward. $200 a month for all-you-can-eat access to their most powerful models, including, that mind-blowing video generation with Sora. Unlimited sounds amazing, but as your inspector, let's check the fine print. And here it is, the first red flag. That whole unlimited promise, it comes with a big old asterisk. You dig into the terms of service, and you find something called a fair use policy. We decided to push it, and sure enough, we found the limits. After about 15 video generations in a single day, or maybe 100 complex queries, the system starts throttling you. So it's not really unlimited, it's just a lot. Now let's break down the money. Let's talk cost per query. For a typical professional, the standard $20 plus plan comes out to less than 2 cents a question. The $200 Pro plan, 13 cents. That is over 7 times more expensive for every single thing you ask it to do. You're paying this massive premium for higher limits, sure, but they are not infinite. Now let's look at our second contender, Perplexity Max. And honestly, the math here is even crazier. I mean, look at this table. The $20 Pro plan gives you more than 600 queries a day, which, let's be real, is unlimited for pretty much any human being. Plus, you get access to all the same top-tier models and sources. The $200 max plan gives you truly unlimited queries. But for 95% of people out there, you'd just be paying 10 times the price for capacity you will never, ever use. So while these heavyweights are charging a small fortune, this nimble little underdog has slipped into the ring. For just $20, Claude Pro gives you something called Computer Use, a true honest-to-goodness OS-level agent. It delivers a killer feature, actual control of your computer, that those $200 plans, they just don't have. So we put it through a real-world stress test. 10 common tasks, and wow, the results really speak for themselves. A 70% success rate. It completely nailed file management, basic scripting, web tasks. Now, it did struggle with some complex software like video editing, I'll give it that. But for your day-to-day automation, it is shockingly capable. It's not perfect yet, but it's an absolute game changer. Let me make this really real for you. Imagine this. In the morning, you tell Claude to clean up your disastrous downloads folder. Done. In the afternoon, it resizes 100 of your vacation photos for you. Done. In the evening, it drafts a summary email and even finds and attaches the right project file. In our test run, these simple tasks saved us about 3 hours of boring manual work. That's real, tangible value. So after inspecting all the individual parts, it's pretty clear that these expensive models, they've got some serious issues in their value proposition. The real power, it turns out, doesn't come from buying the most expensive tool on the shelf. It comes from combining the right tools for the job. And boom, here it is. This is the aha moment. When we score these services based on the value you get for every dollar you spend, the unique features you get for your money, the results are just staggering. ChatGPT Pro and Perplexity Max, they barely make it off the starting line. But Claude Pro, with its one-of-a-kind OS-level control for just $20, it is completely off the charts. It delivers so much more bang for your buck. So here it is. This is the smartest move you can make. Don't spend $200. Spend $40 on what I'm calling the golden combo. For $20, you get Perplexity Pro, which is the best-in-class research agent, hands down. And for another $20, you get Claude Pro, the best OS-level agent out there. You cover all your bases, research and action, for a tiny fraction of the cost. All right, we've kicked the tires, we've looked under the hood, we've run all the diagnostics. It's time to lower this thing down off the lift and give you the final verdict. And here it is, plain and simple. For the vast, vast majority of people out there, I'm talking at least 85% of you, there is absolutely no good reason to be paying $200 a month. The $40 combo of Perplexity and Claude doesn't just match the expensive plans. In a lot of key ways, it's actually better because it gives you both world-class research and system automation. And what does making that smart decision actually get you? Well, it gets you $1,920. That's your annual savings. That's not just a little pocket change. That's a brand new laptop. That's a vacation. It's the reward you get for choosing the right tools for the job, instead of just the most expensive ones. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. As these incredibly powerful new tools keep getting better and better, the biggest flex isn't going to be paying the most for the fanciest logo. The real power move is understanding the tech well enough to get maximum performance for minimum cost. In this new world of AI, maybe the smartest thing you can do is pay less.